Hello, lovers and haters, likers and dislikers. My name is Shannon Gregory. I'm originally from Indiana, which makes me a Hoosier, but now I'm a sinner. I live in Vegas, Sin City, and yes, all I got for living here is this lousy t shirt. So, I always loved fashion. Maybe not surprised since I'm a friend of Dorothy, as they say, right? But I did. I've always loved fashion. I've always found fashion to be a way to express myself, or anyone to express themselves, but to really be express my individuality in colorful, often strange, maybe even controversial ways. I always enjoyed that, especially in the '80s. I remember I found this magazine from England called Smash Hits at the grocery store, and that started me on my love for like more avant-garde fashions of the '80s. I wanted my asymmetric haircut. I wanted the Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Boy George. They all influenced my tastes, and I participated. I thought it looked so fun. The magazine presented all these radical artists, and their outfits were so something I had never seen at that time in the '80s. And I'm like, it looks so fun, and I want to be a part of that. So I did. It wasn't well received in school or my small town community, but it didn't stop me, and it hasn't stopped me. And so till this day, when I can, I push that fashion envelope to new heights and lows, so to speak. It's fun. Fashion is fun, and I encourage everyone to play with it. It's like RuPaul says, you're born naked, everything else is drag. So have fun with it. Why be conservative when you gotta be conservative, be flashy, fancy, out of the box, whatever you wanna be. When the time is right, do it, right? And I do. I do. And it's fun. So do it. So that brings me to Halloween. Halloween is a time, of course, where I can really go to a place that I can't go maybe with everyday wear or even like going out wear, whatever. I can be an alter ego. Anyone can. That's what Halloween is about, right? And so you can be a fantasy person or whatever you want to be. So I have been over the years variety of things. I mean, one year I went in drag as a woman. I talked about the high heels that killed my feet. But I want to talk about this one time in college, that one time at band camp, but not band camp, in college, where I went as a flasher. So I used to watch Night Court in the '80s, which is enjoying a resurgence again on NBC. It's a Night Court. If you don't know the premise of it, I don't even know if Night Courts exist, but Night Court it's set in New York City, where there's a lot of colorful characters, right? We assume. I've been to New York City. I've never seen a flasher ever. I've been there several times. I've never not once seen a flasher. But anyway, on Night Court, it's set in New York City, and it brings in through a parade of cases of these colorful characters. Like there's the prostitutes, there's the flashers, there's the panhandlers, all kinds of crazy cases that come to Night Court for whatever reason. Because I guess Day Court is for the more regular cases. I don't know, but I don't even know if Night Court even exists. But it's a fun show, so watch it. It's got a new cast except John Larroquette. He's reprising his original role. He's the only one. I think most of them are even passed away, the original cast, but he is back. So it's a fun show. But anyway, that inspired me to do my flasher, because I thought, you know what, why not? So some people at the school newspaper where I worked in undergrad had a house party. It was a costume Halloween party, and I thought, I don't know if they knew me very well, but I'm like, this is a chance for me to show that side of me. Every now and then, I can present myself very reserved, but every now and then I show a glimmer of that outrageous side of me, which you're getting to enjoy or not enjoy, whatever you want to call it, watching these videos. But anyway, so I decided I'm going to go as a flasher and show that edgy side of me. And so I did. So I thought I had to get the costume together. So, if you don't know what a flasher is a person who usually wears a trench coat. They surprise you on the street, walking by, they open the coat, and they're naked. Okay, that's what a flasher is. I didn't want to be a real flasher. I didn't want to get arrested or break any laws. So I had to use my creativity to devise the costume. So trench coat, check, that's easy. I had that. But I didn't want to be, like I said, I didn't want to be a real flasher. I didn't want to show my own business, so to speak. So I had to devise, how would I open the coat and people would construe that I'm a flasher without being too offensive or, you know, showing my business. So I thought, well, I will get a dildo. And in Bloomington, Indiana, there was what we called the Dirty Bookstore. We always, growing up, called adult novelties dirty. Well, in my family in Indiana, I don't know if you do, but we always, I don't know why we make sex and sexual things so ugly, but we did and do, I guess. But we call it the Dirty Bookstore. So I thought, I'm going to go to the Dirty Bookstore, I'm going to get me a dildo. For my costume, not for other uses. So I did. And I wanted a specific kind of dildo. And I'm not a dildo connoisseur. I wasn't then for sure, and I'm still not. But I wanted a flaccid dildo. Because I imagine when a flasher would not be, you know, aroused. I don't know. Don't even go there. So anyway, I wanted a flaccid dildo for my costume that I would somehow fasten on to shorts or something. I didn't want a rigid, erect, veiny, you know, throbbing kind of dildo that I imagine are the more popular kinds. I wanted the flaccid kind that probably wouldn't be much use. You know what I mean. So I found one. I did. At the Dirty Bookstore, I found a flaccid double-headed. It was a double-headed dildo. That would probably be ideal for a lesbian couple. They could have a real good time, you know, with that. I imagine. I don't know. But anyway, I got the flaccid dildo, and I said it's a double-header. And it didn't have any straps. So I thought, well, how in the world am I going to strap on this dildo to my crotch? And I was really puzzled about it, you know, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to MacGyver it somehow. I'm going to have to MacGyver this dildo, strap it onto my crotch, you know. So I remember my mom always said, a safety pin is your best friend in a situation like this. So I grabbed a handful of safety pins and I went to town on that dildo. I sure did. I pierced the head, I pierced the tip, I got it all secured on my crotch area. Well, what I did, I used a pair of underwear and I put it through the fly, you know, one head through the fly. I know this might be a lot, but hopefully it's educational too. But I put the flaccid, one of the heads through the fly of the underwear, and I MacGyvered it with the safety pins. And I got it secured on, then I was going to wear the underwear on me. So that I wasn't a real flasher, it wasn't my real business, and it was so long and phallic that people would get the joke, I would hope. I don't know if they, well, we'll get there later. So anyway, I got it on. I got it all together. I was going to wear a t-shirt too. I was going to be a modest flasher. Okay, so I wore a t-shirt and the MacGyvered underwear with the dildo on it. And so, and then the trench coat. So I was set to go. So some friends picked me up. I lived in the dorm at that time. This was my senior year. I did it backwards. I lived in the dorm senior year, not freshman year. It's a long story. Maybe another video, I don't know. But anyway, so they picked me up. And we decided we're going to go to the liquor store first to get, you know, the booze. And then go to the party, the house party. Well, I didn't want to go in the store because I don't want to be arrested if people think, you know, I just didn't want to cross any lines there. I wanted to stay on private property. So I stayed at the vehicle while they went in the store. I'm sure they chitter-chattered about, oh my God, I can't believe that he is wearing that crazy costume with the dildo. I mean, so anyway, they come back to the car and they say, Shannon, you know, maybe you want to put on something else. Because I only had the briefs. I was wearing brief underwear, not boxers or no thongs or G-strings, but I was wearing just, you know, Fruit of the Loom briefs with the dildo. But that was it. So there was just that thin layer of cotton between my business and the world versus a pair of pants too. Anyway, so I thought, well, if you think so, let's go back to the dorm, and I have a pair of boxers that I can slip on over the briefs, and I had a fly. I could filter the dildo through the fly of that. I could feed the head of the flaccid dildo through the fly of the boxers and be in business again. So I said, okay, let's go. So I did. So I had a pair of Looney Tune boxer briefs, that I slipped on over the MacGyvered underwear, and I fed the flaccid dildo head through the fly of those, and went to the party with my trench coat. So it wasn't, people really weren't shocked, which is good. I wasn't expecting, people to pass out or, gasp. I just thought it would be kind of we're in college, we're silly. Oh, it's Shannon being Shannon. Well, anyway, some people there who were at the party I didn't know. And so I remember this lady comes up to me and she's like, "So, what are you?" Who? And she thought I was some kind of rock, like somebody from a band, some alternative band. I don't remember his name. She said, "Are you Fred so and so?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a flasher." And I flashed her. And she wasn't impressed, and she stormed away. So it wasn't well received in some circles, and it was maybe in others. I don't know. So anyway, but when I was done, when the party was over, the friends who I went to the party with, they actually lived next door to the house party. So instead of taking me back to the room, and we were all drunk, so like, "Why don't you just spend the night?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's great." And so I didn't need the dildo now. I was done with it, and I didn't have any use for a flaccid double-headed dildo. So, and my friends were females, and there were 3 of them who lived in the house next door together. And I thought, well, maybe they could find a use for it privately. And so I gave the flaccid dildo, the used flaccid dildo, to them, and I said, "You know what? Just toss it in the dishwasher and give it a spin. It'll be as good as new." And I don't know if they did that or not. But did you know that dildos are actually dishwasher safe? Yes, this is true. Check the packaging. Dildos and anal beads. Anal beads and dildos are both 100% dishwasher safe. It's a way the dishwasher removes the debris and sanitizes for reuse. It can be very handy, I imagine. I don't do this, but I imagine for people who employ these apparati. I don't know if that's the plural of apparatus, but it could be a very way to sanitize things. So I realize that I have ruined dishwashers for everyone now. Yes, face it, it will never be the same for you and dishwashers. I have ruined dishwashers for everyone. It's over for you and dishwashers. So when you go to a party now, at someone's house, you're going to be like, and they have a dishwasher, you're going to be like, "Excuse me, host, do you have paper plates and red cups, please? I don't know what's been in the dishwasher. I don't want to risk it. I need a paper plate and a red cup, please. I don't want to use anything that might have been in there. And, I don't want to go there." That's how it's going to be from now on for you. When you go to a party, you're going to be like, "I need a red cup and a paper plate right now, pronto." That's how it's going to be. So I've ruined dishwashers for you. This is how it's going to go from now on. You're going to go to someone's house. Imagine you don't know the people. You don't know them at all. And you're like, "Oh my God." You walk in. "Oh my God, there's a dishwasher. Oh my God, I don't know these people. I don't know what they do. I don't know what's been inside the dishwasher. Has there been a dildo and anal beads in the dishwasher? Get me out of this house. Get me out of here right now. I'm leaving." That's how it's going to be. I have ruined dishwashers, and maybe dildos, maybe anal beads for you too. All right. Until next time, I'm going to give you a pinch with a twist, and that's going to leave a bruise. All right. Till next time. Bye.